Welcome to TYT Sports, everybody. Jeremy and Jason here. We promise you we'll be back for some NCAA tournament mayhem. I won't call it madness because everybody's calling it madness. Therefore, it's fucking mayhem. And it really is. So we're here to talk about what we learned from the round of 64. And my God, this round took me to school. Jeremy, I do want to start with you. What are a few things that you observed, that you noticed, that you feel educated on?
Well, clearly one of the things we all learned today, is that anybody can beat anybody unless you're maybe one of the top 5, top 10 teams in the league. It is up for grabs once the tournament starts because, man, did some people go down early.
We talked about how this was a very thin tournament. And I think this only proves how thin it is because I've seen only one dominating performance. I should say two. And it was Kentucky. And it was a 16 seed. And of course all the ones are going to cruise to the 16 seeds. But I thought Xavier put a beat down on Ole Miss when a lot of people had Ole Miss there, but I don't know how far Xavier can possibly go.
I agree. Xavier had a great game. Virginia, too, also put on quite a showing. They looked really good. There's a lot of concerns about Virginia coming in because,
Justin Anderson,
coming back to get to full strength, and it's a good start for them. It's a good showing.
Yeah. Anything else that you kind of were witnessing? Obviously we're going to get into R.J. Hunter, we're going to get into UCLA, but just to kind of kick things off here, anything else not related to those two big moments and the buzzer beaters that you feel more confident or less confident about your bracket going in?
Speaking about strong teams, I think a bunch of number 7 seeds looked really, really good today and yesterday. Wichita State and Michigan State, both. Michigan State, they got close at the end, but they both look really good, and they both look like they might be a little bit underseeded this year. Who knows what could happen?
Especially a team like Tom Izzo, especially Wichita State, who's been in the tournament a few times now before. They have a nice string of things going together. Michigan State, Denzel Valentine became my favorite player of the day because he made his free throws. As I said, ask Derrick Rose, we've been through this before. It really does come down to a lot of free throw shooting. I'm going to say it every goddamn time we do a clip. But Tom Izzo, very well-conditioned team, very well-coached team. Won't be surprised. Hopefully they can pull a big upset. Virginia's not an easy team in the second round. But let's get on to two things that really stood out over the last day and a half. First, UCLA basketball. I claim that they shouldn't be in the tournament. A lot of people, a lot of pundits, a lot of the internet rage, I sided with the internet rage because I didn't feel that they were a tournament team, and I felt it's money, it's this, it's that, and that's why they're in there. Well, piss a team off enough, and they're going to be out to prove something, and maybe a little bit of luck, maybe not. I want to throw it to two graphics because there was a controversial goaltending call.
To say the least.
I'm going to steal from Fox Sports in the article that wrote up in the Madness Hits historic highs of 14 seeds up to 1-point nail-biters, officiating controversies. And Fox Sports wrote out, the refs were right about this goaltending call. It was decided by UCLA SMU. The refs were right in that they followed the letter of the law, but they were wrong in that they didn't follow the spirit of the law. Bryce Alford's three-point shot with 10 seconds left against SMU was pretty clearly not going to go in, but SMU senior Yannick Moria went up to grab the ball. He pretty clearly hit the ball in its downward arc before it hit the rim. What have post players been taught since they were teenagers? If the ball is going to touch the rim, don't touch it. It was an impulse play. And I think it was, I've been back and forth on this, I think it was a justifiably wrong call. As in, I understand why it was called a goaltending call, but I don't think, and I want to throw to the two graphics so you can take a look too. Let's see the two pictures we have.
I was really excited to disagree with you on this, but I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the call is that you're absolutely right. It was the correct call by the letter of the law, but at the same time, in a play like that, in a game like that, in a shot like that, that's maybe grazing the rim, like you could, it's, some people say, oh, you could bounce off the rim, but good. Right. That shot's a miss. And it was close enough to not call, just like it was close enough to call. So it's a justifiably wrong call. I think it's perfect.
And it could have easily gone
right,
either
exactly.
way.
And on the other side of the coin here, you can't be touching that ball when the ball is in the air that close to the basket as a player. You can't give the referees the chance to make that call. That's the thing.
Right.
Well, so at the end of the day, the call maybe should have been made, maybe it should have been made. That should never have been even a possibility in the first place. You can't put your hand on it.
Correct. And UCLA fans who, overall, there's a lot of TYT UCLA fans that I work with, and you work with amongst the people here, and they sometimes are crazy. Love all of them, but they're crazy because, and I'm not saying about the TYT guys, I'm saying the populace of UCLA fans in general, because they were on Bryce Alford's back all season long. They were beating down this guy. They were claiming he wasn't worthy of the minutes he was getting and he wasn't playing up to his potential. Well, I mean, that little bit of luck, Bryce Alford doesn't pull up for that three, and Yannick Murray doesn't go up for that. Now what does a goaltend? SMU doesn't move on to the round. I'm sorry, UCLA doesn't move on to the round of 32, but that's that. The other takeaway from this weekend: is there any family better than the Hunter family? R.J. Hunter Sr., R.J. Hunter Jr., Georgia State also reps Kevin Ware, who had 4 useless points in that game. So please get off the Kevin Ware. Oh my God, he's going to be an emerging player in the tournament. He's not. He's not. R.J. Hunter, that's the guy to watch. Hit a 3 from about 78 feet. I think it was 35. Give or take 30 feet.
Yeah.
It was 35-footer, but my God, he made it look easy with a sweet release. His father falls off the chair, and his father, also in the locker room, pumping up the players, had this to say.
Hey, Obama. I hope you make better decisions in their presidency than you did about Georgia State.
In Obama's Barackotology, Georgia State was not picked to move on.
That's true. As in my Barackotology,
as we
titled something
as in
different.
A lot of Barack and Barack, I can't even pronounce
Barack and
it.
roll.
Barack and roll. There we go. But yeah, those are mostly the takeaways that I had from this. Lastly, 14 seeds UAB, awesome. We love seeing these things happen. John Calipari, the last takeaway I have from this first round of 64, Kentucky is so unstoppable. They are 35-0. I tweeted it out yesterday. Congratulations, Cincinnati. You get to lose to Kentucky tomorrow on Saturday, because they do. Like, it's a big win for them. It was a fun game. No one wanted the game to end, and I'm sure neither team did, because both team knows they're beaten before they walk in that door. That team is too stacked. Jeremy, any last second thoughts moving on to the round of 32?
Northern Iowa, Jeff Tuttle, looking good so far. I picked them to get into the Final Four because I am a very, very uncertain individual about certain things. And I was wavering on that for a long time, but I got Iowa. Wait, Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa, sorry. Not Iowa State.
And not Iowa, because they're in the tournament too.
That's true. So many Iowa teams.
There's 3.
Northern Iowa's looking good so far. Let's see what they can do up next against who are they playing next. Louisville. Louisville barely squeaked out a win today.
Rick Pitino snuck one out today. So that's a great matchup. Of course, the round of 32 is going to be so exciting, just as the round of 64. We have 16 more games before it even hits Monday. Like I said, my head's going to explode. As always, guys, thank you for watching. From Jeremy and Jason, don't forget to subscribe, and we're here to bring you more bracket busting knowledge.